Jesus told them a parable. The kingdom of heaven is like yeast that a person took and mixed in with 8 ginormous gallons of flour until every bit of the bread was rising. Today, we're going to try and bake some bread with yeast so that we can see how just a tiny bit of yeast, like Jesus said, can make the whole bread big.
First, take 1 cup of lukewarm water, not too cold so that the yeast can grow inside it.
Next, take 3 tablespoons of sugar.
Do 2 tablespoons of oil. It can be any kind of oil. It can be olive oil or canola oil, whatever you have around the house. Next, take 1 egg, room temperature. We don't want it too cold to keep the yeast from growing. We want to give the yeast a nice place where it can grow big and tall. Next, take 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Next, find some yeast. If it's instant yeast, you'll follow one set of instructions. If it's active dry yeast, you'll follow a different set of instructions. Now you'll take the flour, half of it, so 1.5 cups, and mix it in.
Stir the dough until all of the flour is mixed in. Next, take your dough and cover it, keeping all the warmth inside so it can grow big and tall with the yeast. Wait 2 hours, then look at your dough. It will be much bigger. Pinch off the dough into little rolled balls. Then wait another hour and watch the rolls double in size. Turn your oven on to 400 degrees. Bake for 12 to 15 minutes. Take out, brush with butter, and eat and enjoy. Notice how the yeast was very tiny, and yet, when mixed, it made the bread quite big. In God's world, small things done in God's kingdom become much bigger than we ever dreamed or imagined. Jesus told another parable. He said, God's kingdom is like a fine pearl. A merchant went out in search of fine pearls. When he found one really valuable pearl, the merchant went and sold all he had to buy that one really valuable pearl. In the mail this week, you're receiving some freshwater pearls. So you're invited to hide them around the house and have someone else in the family search for that precious treasure, just like we search for the goodness that God has in this world. So check your mail this week, because you will be receiving freshwater pearls and small mustard seeds too, so that you can read all of the parables of Jesus that we studied this week, and you can remember that in God's kingdom, small things grow big. Little tiny things done for God become much bigger.